The joy of discovery. The humanities are an exciting and romantic field of study. We are here to learn about the beauty of human culture, art, and history. Considering how many of us feel about the humanities, we also have a romanticized view of research. We go into the library, climb the stacks ladder, and grab the perfect book. We go into the library, climb the stacks ladder, and grab the perfect book, and pore over its pages in a candlelit room. We are attracted by the smell of the books, the colors of the inks, and the feel of the paper. Acknowledging the reality of research in the 21st century might feel clinical in comparison, bathing ourselves in that eerie blue light from the computer. And hopefully that computer will be able to communicate with us. Sometimes working with a computer can be like living in the world of 2001: A Space Odyssey and trying to communicate with HAL 9000 after it fails. The computer has decided that your input must be disregarded and gives you the results it wants. No matter what you type in, you can't find the results you want. There are too many or too few, they don't match the subject matter of what you want, or they just plain old don't make any sense. They might as well be in another language. There is a way around this. As members of a multicultural society, we know that people throughout the world have many ways of communicating with each other through hundreds of languages and dialects. Without a mutual understanding, two people cannot communicate with each other verbally. The internet is no different. In order to successfully navigate research online, you need to understand the vocabulary. And it's very important that we do, because when we do the right searches, we get what we need efficiently with comprehensive results. And it is very important that we do, because when we do the right searches, we can get what we need efficiently with comprehensive results, and there's a realm of possibilities at our fingertips. The only problem now is that we now have the opposite problem from before. The results can be overwhelmingly large. Too many results can give you the same feeling of... The only problem that we have now is the opposite problem. The results can be overwhelming. Too many results can give you the same feeling of frustration as too few. This is another reason why we need to understand good search techniques, beginning with Boolean logic. Boolean is a cornerstone of research, because being able to control results will be Boolean is a cornerstone of research, because being able to control the results will make you a more efficient researcher, require less trial and error, and give you more confidence in the search. There are several Boolean functions. Those tools are quotation marks, the words and, or, and not, as well as asterisks to truncate words and parentheses to group phrases. Let's run some example search in an EBSCO database to understand each term. EBSCO. I'm going to give you the opportunity after each explanation to pause my video and go and perform the search yourself so you can get a good idea of how it works. Quotation marks are very important because they force the search engine to search for the term as a unit. For example, searching for Theo Van Gogh might give you more precise results than just the phrase Theo Van Gogh. And is a command that will narrow your search. When you use and is a command that will narrow your search. When you use and, it requires that both or all terms are found in the document. The more ands you use, the less results you will get. Search engines like Google treat a space like an and, so the only time you really need to use it is when you're searching for several phrases. However, databases like EBSCO do like to use and. As an example, we can show you how to search for information on Jacques-Louis David and his paintings of Napoleon. Try typing in David and Napoleon. This will bring you only pages that include both of these terms. And here's a research pause. Or does the opposite of and. It runs a search for articles that contain one term or the other but doesn't require both. The more ors you use, the more results you will get. For example, let's search Greek sculpture or Etruscan sculpture. This will get you results with either or both types of sculpture included in the pages. Not is useful when you're trying to run a search for a term with multiple possible definitions. You can search for one term, but not another word that corresponds with an unhelpful secondary use. Another use for not is to search for something and exclude another thing that sometimes comes with it. For example, let's search for Greek sculpture, not Etruscan sculpture. It is important to note that in some search engines such as Google, a minus sign is used in front of the word not. Let's just take a quick editorial break here. I've mentioned several times that there's differences between EBSCO, which is my example search engine, and Google, which is a search engine that we all use in our everyday lives. Unless you're a Bing user, I won't judge you. Now, basically, the thing about Google and Bing is that they have their own, I'm going to write this down